welcome, wonderful people. Tubalamusizaako nnyo mu linnya lya Yesu Kristo. This is Pastor Isaac Romushana greeting you. Nkwebaza gyonna gy'okozeeko olwaleero, gy'otambuzzaako mu wiki namba. Ate nkukulisaayo wali w'ova mu spotlight eno loud it show. Twebaza Mukama kubanga atuleese n'olwaleero. Omulabye Ben Bakuru wali mu spotlight atukubye omuziki mu French. Tubadde France for a minute and that was a blessing. Tubazaamu amaanyi mwenna abalina talent. Okujja wano ku DreamTV mu spotlight segment osobola okufeaturinga spotlight mulira abaana balina talent. Ate bwe tuveeyo mu spotlight tuba tuzze wano mu talk show ku loud it panel segment. Olwaleero no tulina show ya mulembe ddala ndi wano ne co-host munnange tugenda kubanga tuyita mu topic ey'amaanyi ennyo naye nga sinabagenda eyo. Kamwanjule kamwanirize kamukkiriza atubuzeeko tulyoke tweyongere. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Papa. I'm very
nice
blessed.
To have you, Anak.
I'm very blessed to be here today.
Excited for this fire that is coming.
Energy, fire on fire, because I feel like the
Really?
topic we're discussing today is something that each one of us has experienced, that we've all had a time in life. Especially abavubuka kubanga ate no show targeting abavubuka okusinga. It has been a defining time okwawula ebigassa mu bitagassa and choosing the right path to go. So I'm really excited to be here.
I'm more excited to have Loretta here today. I know she's going to bless us on this topic. Twatandika last Saturday ne twogera fun and entertainment. And we were saying all sorts of things about how to have good fun. And we said there is bad fun. Omuntu asobola okuyitawo kubanga waga too much of anything is like always bad.
Bad fun okuyitawo, but there's bad fun. Ebintu nga byo tebizimbo nga bibi. Ne waliwo nga n'ebintu nga birungi. Ne noyitako. Yes.
Ako twakalaba nnyo ate nga ndowooza nti abavubuka balina okukamanya nti ekintu kisobola okubeera ekirungi. Twayogera ku sports.
Yes.
Oba any other hobby. Ng'ebadde ennungi terina buzibu. Eri mu line n'ekigambo kya Katonda. But you overdo it.
That's true.
Nomaliriza ng'obyonoonya. Awo we twajja ka concept aka self-control. Wenjagala tutandikira olwaleero. The concept of self-control in regards to fun and entertainment. Twalaba ekyawandiikibwa mu Proverbs 25:28 nga kigamba a man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. Kakati netusigala nga twebuuza akantu kano ke bayita addiction.
True.
Kati kali common nnyo mu masomero mu baana n'abaana abato, even young kids are addicted to TV shows, to cartoons and all sorts of things. Nitwebuze ekibuuzo nti omuntu ayinza atya okwewala addiction. Ali mu kutambulira mu hobby ye ekintu akyagala naye kitandise okumulya mpola it is eating them up.
Sure.
N'abamu tebannaba kurealizinga awo njagala tutandikire a city without walls. So wonderful people. Nga sinabagenda wa Loretta. Addiction kati ziri common ne mu baana abato nga bwenjogedde. Addicted to all sorts of things. Naye nze ndowooza nti ekituleetera okubeera addicted to these things is not having the awareness that something good can become bad.
That's very true.
Ako ka awareness kokka bwe tutandikira ka awareness nti ekintu kisobola okutandika obulungi kumaze nsobola okuba nga ntambula naye nga at the back of my mind tekiriyo nti something good can end up being bad. My hobby can become dangerous.
If it's good and if it's permissible, if it's acceptable within my beliefs and my value system, everything goes.
It's okay.
I told about Pastor Romshana. I think so many people like to think of addictions as in regards to only the bad things. I don't know what mwachogera kochitegera. So ebiseera ebisinga tubadde tuyina endowooza egamba that people can only be addicted to alcohol, people can be only addicted to drugs, people can be only addicted. So we are on the other end of the spectrum. Tukirabira naye nga ate fenga abenzikiriza ate abalokole. Though already I don't think I can be looking at those things so much because by virtue of the religion that we are in and the faith that we are in. Yes. We tetutambulirayo. Kakati naye ate era kye kibadde ogamba wali wotandikidde nti ate naffe wano in all these places, even when we have demarcations and we have lines that have been drawn for us, era weesanga waliyo omukkiriza omuvubuka ate gamba ng'oyo nga atipinze over to that mpola naye nze njagala mbagambeko oba ekintu kyogambye if you don't have the self-control, it's important to understand first of all ngenda kusooka mbazeeko emabega katono that our eyes and our ears are gateways, and everything about us chetulina wano they are gateways to our spirits and our souls. So whatever we feed ourselves ends up defining and shaping us.
Yes.
Ochirabe ekintu ekyo. So we need to be very cautious about entertainment eyo gy'obeera olonzo okubeeramu ne webeera sport yonna if it starts to take the place of God
in your life.
In your life, it starts to take the place where you're celebrating God and you're celebrating the things concerning the faith. Awenzo okwanguwa okulaba n'ogamba chaka ntandise okola batya okuyitako ntandise okugetting on the other end. So when you understand that I want to safeguard this, wanga Bible egena netugamba pastor that guard your heart with all due diligence for matters and the issues of life, they flow from there. So guarding is going to require the self-control you're talking about. It is a parameter to nino kukuuma ono muntu wangu w'omunda.
Sigenda kuyingira kintu kino kusuka.
Sigenda kuyingira kintu wadde kirungi ate sigenda kugaba kifo kya Mukama. Sigenda kugaba kifo ky'obwakatonda. You know, you can end up selling your soul nga totegedde na kutego gamba nze ndi mulokolera nalokoka zita mu church impereza nenga ate waliwo ekintu nnyo nga kifuuse idol. It has become an idol and you don't even know. There's boys love sports. Let me just touch that a bit. So olumu ogenda nagwerayo ddala otegeera ate season simanyi katuli kuki tomanyi wetuli pastor Mtana sigenda kuza kweno so nange musoni we pastor Isaac abasajja
nange simanyi wetuli naye for sure oyogedde akantu akagamba nti kimwe kikusensera even to the point of replacing God in your life nga kifuuse priority much more than it should be. Obadde oyogera obwongo bwange ne bugenda ku some friendships that we have. Bwe twogera ku fun and entertainment, we cannot leave out friends.
We really cannot.
And the conversations we have with them and the time we give to them.
Come on. Conversations.
Replacing Katonda, our time of prayer, time of giving ourselves to the Lord. Normally this is going to be a conversation. Chilastize more than 2 hours.
More than 2.
Chichagenda
atengalaba obuzibu bujira nga wagamba Mukama wakola endagaano. Maybe you said it or you didn't in your mind ogamba Mukama at 9 p.m.
Nja kubeera mu maaso go.
Katira bapasa Isaac wongobira muntandise okungamba ebintu bya loud data but ne
sawa katinya
it might be a good thing that the thing whatever it is that we're talking about naye ate kakati kiyingiridde sawa za Mukama
ate mpulira kiri okay kubanga mpulira I have not seen I'm not in a bar I am not doing nothing wrong naye ekintu ekirungi kifuusa obuzibu. There is the other part of self-control that is called the ability to say no that we must have. Self-control nzibwa okufuna nga toyize bwe bagamba nti no. Tuli ku conversation tuogera your covenant hour etuuse. Are you able to say excuse me it is time for prayer or let me get back to you? Katulemera wako ke bayita no I will not do this.
I think it comes with maturity. With maturity si mu myaka naye naawe engeri gy'oestimingamu ekifo kya Mukama mu bulamu bwo ng'omukkiriza. Ochirabe ekintu ekyo kuba I don't think it's about years and also oyogedde ku mikwano. So if I'm talking to my friend and that time reaches, I think why most people cannot say no, one of two things. Either they don't want to offend the other person on the line or whoever it is they're engaging with in that time tebagala munyiza kale bamwestiminga, which is not a bad thing because we all thrive with relationships. Tuangala tubeera gye tubeera ne tukola obulamu bwe tukola lw'abantu era Mukama yabateeka out tukole batya to live in harmony, to live in fellowship in community like that. So olumu ebiseera ebisinga we esteem this person so much or tweyagala kumunyiza ate onamugamba tino ogenze kusaba ajagamba really otegera kakati ekyo obuzibu ebuva naye ate ndowooza if you're with the right kind of company day in and day out. We've been here on the Louded Show and I think we had a series running on friendship and we've told you the kinds of friends that you need to be having. If your friend is going to be offended and your friend is going to pick a bone ng'omugambye nti munange mukwano gwange sawa zino kati ngenda kusaba yekombinati abane n'omusiibula na kale n'akubuuza naganye nawe ate tukyanyumya n'omugamba nti no kati ngenda kusaba ate owesanga n'okwesanga nga kikuswaziza okwogera Yesu talina kukwasa nsonyi era wabanga kwasa nsonyi mu maaso g'oyo omuntu gw'omugamba then probably you have no business keeping that kind of company. But the person that you're with, the person that you're relating with, conversating with at that time, if they need to be able to understand, if they don't, there's already a question mark on that. Waliwo obuzibu awo era mu maaso oyinza kwesanga nge bwange yobeera mu pleasing tetwava banaye people pleasing.
It was very powerful.
It's really terrible. People pleasing is such a place buli gy'atayagala kubeeramu. So nze njagala kukkiriza nti no oyo omuntu gw'obeera oyogera naye alina okuwa olina okufuna emirembe mu ggwe ate okusobola omugamba you know what I have to go right now because but even Pastor Isaac, we all have things to do. Like I cannot be on this telephone conversation night in night out over for hours on end. Oshegera so nkugamba nti no kakati I have to go.
Please understand.
Be understanding, be respectful, and say, all right, maybe we shall pick it up from there. I think that's really healthy.
We are talking about building that necessary wall. It's called self-control. Eno yonna gye tulaze tugenzeyo okulaga nti wetaaga ozimba ekisenge kye bayita self-control ekikuyamba obutabeera all in mu buli kintu kyonna gw'ogenda bugezi akalimi kamala kugwirayo eri n'ofuna n'obuzibu. So the ability to say no. And the other thing that is so important as you were speaking is setting priorities.
That's true.
Kubanga kakati tubadde ku simu katugambe conversation on tubadde twogerako tubadde ku simu, but something else is priority in this time. Setting priorities, I think it is so important.
It's very important because we've talked about the God time, but also we are responsible for so many things. Some of you are family people right now. You have children, you have responsibilities. So it might not be an altar time. For fun, it's entering the time of something else. That's already
there's a danger.
There's a danger in there. So you need to be able to have the discipline.
Yes.
You need to be able the discipline. It's not easy. It's not easy to have the discipline. But let me tell you something. I was talking to the youth pastor at Victory Christian Center, and they were Pastor Solomon. And he shared something, and I know maybe it's something that I knew already, but in that time it made a lot of sense. He says, the biggest discipline is having control over your spirit, control over yourself. Like trying to agenda kulaga. You don't have the ability to be disciplined. You must master discipline. Other than that, you're not going to stand for anything, and you're going to stand for everything and nothing.
Oh yes.
Bange bintu bina bisinga, bintu byakwekomako, bintu byakwekubiriza, kwekubiriza. You get it? Prayer time kwekubiriza, kumanya discipline. Tunagamba ngena kusaba sawa zino ngena kusaba. Nagamba ntino maybe these are portions of food I'm supposed to be eating. This is it. Whether the body is begging me for sugars, body is begging me for what? KFC, what to do it? Wano wenagamba kati nide chimu wano wenkoma. So if you're controlled by your desires and all those things that are burning within you, you're in for some big trouble.
You are like a city without walls.
Thank you so much. So self-control is such a beautiful thing, and the discipline therein, usaba mukama.
Kati nno buli muntu yenna agenda okutambula mu self-control nze kyendabye akadiscipline nze kankoledde nnyo oga nti nkoma wano bannange kizibu oga nti nkoma wano wadde kirungi nnyo maachi egenda maaso naye sigenda kudda wakasa 7 obuntu obwo bulinga obutonotono obwo wadde kaseeri kanyuma nnyo naye nkya Sunday
okiraba
notuuka mu kanisa n'osumagira ng'ekyakusumagiza
seri nyene ze bagita seri kubanga ino okurunning naye bwe oyagala gikubira winto oyagala giraba kirecha episode upon episode anyhow.
And people are waiting on you. You have a ministration maybe in church. You have a responsibility. Nzireyo kaliko ogambye nti olusi si prayer time your care altar niyo ino obuvunanyizibwa obulala buli muntu yenna ina amagenda ino obuvunanyizibwa
ate olaba Pastor Isaac gino mibiri gikoowa.
Yes.
Do you understand? So whenever you overindulge in something, you're burning capacity.
Oh, yes.
You're burning yourself out
on this one thing.
You get it? I remember there's a time when we were still in school, I found that I would get more tired studying or kusoma than actually ebintu byenkoze physically. Ochiraba? So ate ngina nesanga nti nebintu ebisinga ebinywa byetulimu. Emu kale birimu the physical part of it. Naye atolumu okulaba filimu it takes up here your mental strength. Watching and everything that one know. Like ate no chitwaleza no chiwo budde. You're not going to have time for your kids. Like ogenda batukako you're going to be tired. Ogenda kutukokola your task ngoli burnt out. You're completely burnt out, and meaning the quality of work you're going to put out and the quality of yourself that you're going to put out there is going to be really terrible. After you might not even esteem it. You might after waliwe sanzeko Pastor Isaac, it even steals away from your ability. It impairs you in a way. That kind of addiction to something. Sija kusobola kulaba, maybe my children are important, they need this kind of time like this. You want your fix. A quick fix. You feel like if I don't get a shot of this, meanwhile, you
have neglected what is truly important.
You have. And I know that, Pastor, have you ever been there if and you didn't have the ability, especially when it comes to social media, it's a source of fun and entertainment.
Yes, sure.
You swipe on your Instagram, you swipe on your Facebook, you swipe on your TikTok, on your status, when everybody is updating this. And if you don't have the ability to say,
spin down,
you get it, you're going to continually swipe. You're rushing it because you want to be, yes. Ate chintu echo njagala kuchala ikeninga nnyo kubanga mu balokole like prayer time yo we wesanga nti you're rushing it because you want to get back
akazanyo katandika
oba oyagala kudakaza nnyo
emboze etandika emboze ndeka
bandeka
bakuleka
ate waliwo badeko mu kiro awo ng'ovuga waliwo omuntu nolaba kusaba ngabi gaye nga avuga emmotoka agitwala nze kati kankugambe gy'abalaga babeera bamugamba oliwa. You get it? Sometimes, like me, I have that feeling in my head that waliwo ekintu ky'abaasi baba ngamugamba twatandise dda oliwa ate olumba ati mukwede na simu naye that for more the fear of missing out oshegeera agamba nina okubasanga maybe batandise dda okunyumirwa without me. So no, I think it's going to cause them
You're not thinking right.
You're not thinking right.
You're not placing your priorities where they belong.
Yes.
And that is a big blessing. But nango kumanya anti self-control yetaga. Tonyumira bunyumirwa no yitawo. Build these walls around you. Going to what de chinyuma. Chemba denda ba chinyuma ne kati sawa zacho ziweddeko kati obudde bwa kino buweddeko ngenda kukiri. You are a man, you are a woman of destiny. Tosobola kwesaddaka nga weesaddakira mu kubanga toyina discipline eno gye twogerako. You are not placing your priorities right. Ebintu ogendamu bigende n'obudde timetable wagivaako schedule wagivaako
anti yo discipline nga yagwa
kyagwa okumulimu jja late babuuza lwaki naye gwe okimanyi nti ekyanneebasiza late kyabadde kino ate nga serio wadde ogipozinga n'ogiraba enkya.
Obeera disciplined, it helps you get so much done.
Oh yes.
It helps you live on a balanced scale. Kubanga holistically mukama yatukolanga we are holistic individuals. The tewekwire kintu kimu nti gobeerawo just to complete just this one thing. No. You get it, you're part of a body, so you're doing so many other things. So whenever you don't have the discipline, meaning there's a place in your life or there's something in your life that is suffering. But whenever you're disciplined, you get so much done and so much accomplished that you'd not have been able to if you just gave yourself over to all the pleasures that and everything that your body and your mind is pulling you to. So I found that discipline is so important and it's so nice. It helps you get so much done.
I agree.
And accomplish so many other things that otherwise you'd not be able to.
That partially answers a second portion of a balanced life, where one has fun, and is entertained, but also remains functional.
Yes.
Bwe twogera bwe tutya abantu baga nti bano tebagala tunyumirweko bulamu banjagala mu office buli kaseera banjagala nga paying attention ku baana ngenda kubeera ku bino paka even people complain when it gets to that bulogezako kumulaga nti entertainment is good but when you overdo it togenda kubeera function togenda kukola byolina kukola. So I want you mama to take time, maybe 5 minutes, a whole 5 minutes, because I know you are someone who does so much. You are doing so much. I know that every day is busy for you. How are you balancing life? No sigaranga. Life is not boring because it should not be. You banga you know kola mbuwereza, you know kola business, you know kola waka, you are part of family. How does one remain functional yet they are having fun and being entertained? Ochogera ko checho.
Are you sure?
Striking that balance.
We are all still learning.
Of course.
We are all tuchali mu lugendo no tugezako okuyiga kino lero kigezako no gamba kyaganye maybe let me do it this way. But I have found that setting nokolaka timetable a little bit.
Written down?
Yes, please do. Because you find that katulaba wesanga ngoli muntu ali busy kati I'm not even as busy as you're making it sound. But whenever you have your mind pulled in so many places, you're going to forget so many other things. Take, for example, I might want to reach out to somebody and say, hey, I've been thinking about you. How are you doing? And honestly, in the back of my mind, I really want to do that. And it has crossed my mind just now. So I have learned to use my phone that when something comes in my mind right now, I'm going to note it down among the things I want to do in the day. Like as soon as it crosses me, so in part of my schedule, oh, I want to reach out to this such and such a person. I want to do A, B, C, and D. So that at the end of the day, I check in the middle of the day and say, I feel that it's important. you kind of like set your targets.
Yes.
Nogamba, I want to do this. Maybe even like another way to help you like curb them is set targets. Kubanga, right, why am I in all this happiness after happiness, enjoyment after enjoyment, and there's a certain area of my life that is being squeezed? Do you see that? There's a person who shared, I think, I don't know where I read it, but this person was saying they are worried about celebrating their birthdays every year. And I said, what? Like, people, and even myself, I'm very excited and I'm looking forward to my birthday every year, because they ask themselves, because every time my birthday comes around, I'm asking myself, what have I done? What am I celebrating? Yeah. I've added another year to my life, but the question is, what have I done? Am I still in the same place where I was the year before? Like it's such a rude awakening to them that my years are going by and it looks like I'm just nyongera mu myaka naye ebintu ebiragako ku achievements n'ebintu biyengeza kokola. Banga achievements do not have to be big. Omutayinza okuweza maybe achievement ngule amataka, ngule emotoka, ngule bino byonna. Achievement can be so small as even I was able to manage myself.
Yes, discipline.
That I was able to discipline myself. That I said I'll watch this thing from this time, and I've done it this year consistently. 365 days. This one thing.
No sugar this month.
Yes, very small. Kati, so that when the year comes around, nga celebrating it, chali chimuwaringa. Then I sat and said, oh my God. Like it also got me thinking. But I think that's something that if somebody wants to just tame and see, manage their day and manage their life amidst all the entertainment, amidst all these other things that they want to do, set a timetable. Program yourself. I
don't think we have that culture.
It is important. Tetulina atenga chikuyamba nyo kugetinga so many things done. Bangozo gamba, you know, Papa, when you sit there and you're just letting your day go by fwa. Let me just use the word fwa. Yes. It looks like you're actually getting so many things done, but you probably are not.
You're not hitting the bull's eye.
I've closed up, let me go home, end of day. I would like to do this, I would like to do this, I'd like to do this, and also schedule your entertainment is important. You need to wind down. Yeah. You need a time to relax. Yeah. You're not going to be there in overdrive. Overdrive. You need a time. It makes you a very dull person. Yes. So just timetable yourself. Be sure to check on it and see what have I done like this.
You can actually timetable the fun also.
And that's exactly. Or just scheduling. Yes. Or gambe until if it's 9 p.m. and that's bedtime. That's bedtime. So I need to rest. Bedtime.
Kumanga do it affecting the next day.
Like your bedtime. And do you know when I was still in formal employment, I would tell myself so many times, you know, Monday tuka. Yes. Like otuka Monday ngolinganga yakabamu. You're tired. You want to squeeze everything you wanted to do when the weekend comes. So Monday reaches and you're burnt out, and you tell yourself, my Lord, next weekend, Sunday, I go to bed at 8, Papa. And you live in that vicious cycle, but you need to do something about it. It goes back discipline. 9 p.m. is 9 p.m. Go to bed. You will be fresh. You will be happy. You won't be grumpy. But Pastor Isaac, good morning.
Omugugu gwe neti senze mu
todamu kati n'abantu nobatabula abantu bagamba ne banange
bagamba up the entire week just of something small. Discipline yourself and go to bed.
It is spilling into other people's days.
Omaliza na for tutabukidde
ato tutabudde nango oyononyo nakulwange kati ndieri mfula God you become somebody's prayer point that day. Lord, help me go through this day. Kubanga waliwo ndabano my colleague Pastor Isaac nkumulaba yagala kumpanula mu
kati goro kuboganya kwe discipline. Yes. Na for tukosa you are not performing but you're also affecting our performance
very much. So nsonga butono nnyo TV gijeko kasimu kajeko abakubira bate kafani schedule webaki
kubanga olwencho yagala performing better than yesterday. Wow, this is so important. When I schedule my fun name programming chiyita kubanga si programming obadde yogera no nechiraba ebintu bituyita kubanga tetubi programming
so much
tetulina program ya lunako tetulina program ya fun na entertainment
olunako luyita mu buyisi ate olaba thing about swiping Esimu tegenda kaba nti owange oyiti oba kati ngato oli mukunswipingako like osara usazi like these are all non-living. Do you know, Pastor? These are all non-living things. And you as an individual, as a person with dominion and power, God has given you the ability to say no.
You're the one in control.
You're the one in control. You're the one with the power. You're the one with the will.
This is wonderful.
Yes.
This is wonderful. Kubanga wandigambye nti onagenda mu movie theater, but before you even get there, oyina mobile theater wano. Tekukiriza kwebaka. Tekukiriza kola byina kola. Appointment zolina echa katito kyazijjukira. Kubanga ndi ku unprogrammed fan. Oli ku
unprogrammed fan. Ate no wesanganga bintu bina bisigadde. You're going to miss out so much. Kati you're going to get at that appointment late.
Yeah.
Why? And obere mu sorry. No batuuka waliwo omulange njogera egambe ennaku nange ndi muntu nkowa. I don't know where Ugandans are getting that saying from, but tuli buntu tetubambe temukowa. But honestly, you can put together with things, to go through the year and targets to tick off. You can say if you're perpetuate karma, no gamba this year I'm going to make sure I get to all my appointments on time,
including church.
As
oje mu kanisa nga service natiro okugwa
ten service yekati waliwo ato mulokole omuvubuka ali awo yatagetenga we mtuka mu kigambo ntuse mbudde naye ebintu bibaddewo bingi. Before that there was praise and worship, there was intercession, there was all these things, testimonies, all these things are important for your edification. Naye ogamba ze kasikantu kanga pastor alinya bwati ate nonyumye ekibozi nnyo nogamba bannange service katone nji missing naye nagisanze oba togisanze.
You're almost proud.
You're almost proud,
you're
but
almost proud.
Actually you were late. So you can start with those small things.
Achievement.
It really is. Start with the small ones. When you want ebintu ebinene, I want to get this amount of money, even the money you want to get, never kufuna streams of income like that. Yes. So start with the small things that you have control over. Manage them.
Like timekeeping,
for
sure.
Yes.
Like timekeeping for sure. Your achievement in nene.
Nene nyo.
Nti ulichembadde no kola nchikole demo budde wacho.
Atolaba ekintu ekyo you start to become a person that is reliable. Do you know there's people we know but you're going Pastor Isaac yakamechi oh yeah jakubera mu budde. Like these things they follow you.
Everywhere you go.
They follow you and people start to identify you by that. And there's just that respect that you get. Okay, leave that timekeeping. But even to small things like just being a person of your word.
Yes, you do what you said.
You do what you said you will do. Kama agamba omutukiriva kwa ne walayira ne wabasa teyejusa. So you can choose to be a person of your word, and you're very dependable, you're very reliable. That when you say a thing, it's going to be that you nibagamba oh yo. Tasala kigambo
yagambye kyajjokola
oba
yayogedde bwatu kyeyogedde ge mazima
tasalinkiriza tabiwese and that. So you can start with those small because so many young people are struggling with those small things, but they've given themselves so many big targets. But first start small.
Billionaire at 29.
Come on. Tujja Pastor totulemesa tujja ne ku billionaire ne katusoke ne buno.
Tusoke na buno kuba bukola billionaire. Buno bwe bukola ki?
Buno bwe bukola billionaire. Tugenda kwera billionaire. Unebona zifuna. These bad vices are going to pull you down out of that wealth.
Ngane boli big woman bagamba awo wamuyise saa mukaka ajja kujja 12.
Okitegedde.
Katera that is a spot on your identity and stuff. So. Because the Bible says there is a time for everything. Era ndoza tuchiwadde justice bulungi nnyo nti have the fun, program it.
Yes.
But also remain functional. Tewekubira ku entertainment suka akalimi ne kagwayo kubanga nzikirize njogere bwenti nti banja abatulaba bali awaka, they are not entertainers. They are not earning any money from entertainment. You're not earning. You are a doctor, you are a businesswoman, okola mukatali otunda ngoye. That is, you're not an entertainer. Kati wesulidde mu kintu kino neto kifunamu.
Yes.
Kubanga omulala yandigambe nti nze
I get paid.
Kati ate gwe oli kuwaaka. Although your work is entertaining you, naye gwe ofunamu. Kati twogera n'ono ali ewaka nga student. By the way, student bali mu holiday. Teweemalira nnyo bintu bitali beneficial to your academics. No sula ya kalimi tebagenda bibuuza buyuneebu tebigenda kujja atenga ogambe there's a set time for everything. Like I look back in my life and I said if I had an opportunity to do so many things differently while I was in high school, probably I should have done better.
nga ndaba dati wali nsonga lwaki nalinga sikulembera tamu ku
tuli bangi mu box eyo tuli muri ate
and I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, it was so simple. It was as simple as focusing.
It was doable.
It was doable. But in that time, I just made the wrong decisions.
Yeah.
You know, I gave my time to
Spend
things.
your time wrong.
You know, in mundoli mukabozi, holiday time etuse, olaba TV, nganegamba. You know, the times when I'll tell myself, I don't know in your school if you had what they call both beginning of term.
Yeah.
Beginning of term.
Sure.
My God, I used to tell myself.
Like the following week after you have reported.
Were you the following hours? It was 2 days after. If you put on Monday, Wednesday, beginning of term, without fail. So serious. In time. So, and I would tell myself, you know what, next holiday, I'm going to study rap. Meaning beginning of time shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be hard. But we are those people who want to save the course in one night. Want to save bakampasa sino byonna ekirecha ebigere n'obinyika amazi toothpick noziteeka maaso oyina ebitabe n'obikula bye n'obikula handa you're reading things haphazardly and peradventure mukama nakuyamba n'okola batya
as a miracle but you shouldn't be passing as a miracle.
No, you really shouldn't.
Yeah, it is a journey you ought to walk.
Invest in properly and you should. Let me tell you, mukama talimba kalamu terimba ngos n'ekitabo tekirimba muntu thank you so much kyakungula
toyiza kungula kyotasiga.
Let me tell you
tuba twerimba omanyi kano katriki ko kutakola omuto batotonera ku mapati boti mu exam
ne answers ajja nga tutakudde emitwe
ononya kyotate
nonyigira munnawa niko omukono asaba full scarf ndala kuwandika points ate kati bakunyigiza
banyiza ati bakujjukiza nti gwe tolina kye wasiga
kati nno kikunyize chiku pushing into the direction chikufule better nyate tewetika. And you know, let's take a minute to address the abantu abatulabe wakanga their holiday makers. Temuyita bannamwe bakasoma. No, you get it. Do you understand? You tag people because for you you've chosen to entertainment and fun vis-a-vis your education. But truly, times and seasons. There's time for everything. You're in school right now. You're expected to study. You're expected to make the most of your time. Oyite ne kakati muno no muyita kasoma no muyimbira buli wabayita ko agenda muri library anti omulabi head teacher professor namwe mubaleke bamanyi they know what took them to school. Pick a leaf basiga.
Join them
anti atola
join the library crew.
Let me tell you, but I just pray you do better this time, my friends. Do better. Don't laugh at your friends who are choosing to study up because osanga yemnanga amanyi it's either school or school banga manyi osanga bambi ya ina sponsor gwenze kusanga oyino omuzadde ate bambi anikolo kosa
performance obuli awo
ne ate oli amanyi wali obunanga abantu bamba atenga bali ku scholarship ku sponsorship wadirira
akifiirwa
ng'akifiira wangakifiira obanga n'omuntu amusasula ayagala kulaba good performance so toyimbirira banno begatteko mugenda mu discussions nabo
twagambanga nti n'abasoma bagwa
ekyo
kati nga bwe tulaba abasoma nga bayitiriza
don't be those people ochimanyi ate bebe mugamba these days nga anange but those memes are so bad ogenda n'oganula abantu bagamba wa first class degree ali wakati did you see them if we are all in the hustle but truly there is a time and season. It's not right. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Trust God that you know what ate nawe obanga yegwe kasomanga yegwa mukwano amanyikira okusoma ebitabo byo no soma gwe tubafaako bana abasigadde abakusekerera abakuyimba it is okay toza muliro ate gye bali gwe tunulira mukama ngambe you know what God ndopedde gwe nyigo omutima gwange bayogera bingi but ate nyamba ate yadinga nkole ebintu bino ate mbiyite ate ne mu future mbere mu ekyo let me get exactly what I have worked hard for. Tokiriza te mulabe kukuba boss kubanga wali abantu bwe batyo bana mu deliverance nga monnange wandibadde olinako wooli but it's not because you didn't try. It wasn't because of your lack of putting in the time and the energy, but there's just that realm. So you pray on it also.
There's something in my life that I've realized. It is called useless talent.
Talk to me.
You can have talent that is useless. Nyizo paying attention ku bintu nenge tebigenda kungasa. Nenga mbi paying attention, nembi kwata. I actually become good at these things. For example, when I was in high school, wali abawala oba n'abalenzi nga bamanyi lyrics za buli luyimba oba namwe mwabalina
balina n'ekitabo
okitegeera nga ffene tubeera mu nsi y'emu bannange
tebikyuka
things are similar everywhere
there's nothing new under the sun.
Oh yes, Big Fair Book bagirina
mulimu choir
ya lyrics
nga bana nokusekerera nga kayimba tokamanyi
baseka. But that could be, we want to say again, tetumanyi wooli na kimu kama kyatadde mu mwoyo gwo gusobola okuba oli entertainer nga twogera naawe leero nga your passion is music and you want to pursue that and take it to the professional level. Naye si buli omuntu ali bw'atyo. Kati obuzibu bwange wembujje wali bw'obadde oyogera ogaye nti nyinza okuba ndikasoma ne bannyimbirira maliriza nkyuse
nobivaako
ngenze ku lyrics crew.
Oh my gosh,
nange nfunye folk choir yange kati biology gwe mbadde mpita physics chemistry ndaba siri akabi ndaba ekyakabi kubanga akayimba babakateekamu wano ku party time nange nyimba word by word
osobola okujjamu
so that I fit into these groups kubanga nazo zirina engeri gye zeerabisaamu ng'ezakabi
because anti zeeze oba oyagala identity oba oyagala wofittinga naye nga wamambe tukugamba for free. Fitting is a list of your worries. Fitting in is a list of your worries.
Kubanga tebigenda kubaawo ebyo bigroup.
Tebigenda kubeera.
Kati nze awo wengamira nti ebeefuusa useless talent.
Very.
Nungi nnyo nti lyrics zonna ozimanyi n'ekigasizawa.
Kyekikuyambye.
Kuba bagenda kuteera ekibuuzo kya physics awo. Kwezyo no gitonoleko. Oyagala ogiyimbira akayimba.
Kubanga womanyiza ate nti no fitting in is not. Well, whereas we need people to identify with and we want to be placed in certain clusters of people, whenever you're in a new place, like if you've changed school, you're starting a new year altogether, a new course, maybe you don't have people money. Do you see that you are alone? Because you are alone, it pushes you to even do better. You study up, you're doing all these things. As soon as you form a clique like this, as soon as you form a group, and if it's terrible and you don't make the right kind of friends, S1 first term, average very good. You get it? Meaning also bikola. Na ye company eyo joinings later on yekulemeseza it's not that you're unable to perform, it's not that you're tobitegeera na yera ulumu groups zino ate era nengeje bakosa obudde bwawe era wesanga nti nokola kubanga mbulira goita naye nkubulira empisa zo. It's very hard that I'm going to be with people who are time wasters and I'm not going to be a time waster. It's hard. You could be the one in a million that is not doing that. You could be just that one that is not in that group. But chances are 99% that if you're with people that are doing certain kinds of things, you're most likely going to bate kokusika.
Mumazima amatufu kuba wali mbadde performinga bulungi because I was focused.
You were focused.
Sina bitwala time.
You had no distractions. You didn't have, and kati atola what your parents used to tell you. I don't know Pastor Isaac about your parents. My parents would tell me, genda tula maso kwani emikwano emigezi genda okulafuna discussion group naye kakati gwe nanange kataba if you make friends who are discussing who have discussion groups like it really helps. So meaning the kind of company that you choose to keep, you can choose the company. You can choose
otherwise
the company.
bagenda ku distracting obudde mugenda tenga kubusharinga between your friends and your priorities.
Atina tugambe ne self control. You can have those people who are happy times, and also have these people abaina vibe, but also have these guys who also balance it out for you. So bakasoma babukwa nabo betaga. Don't be those people that wetwalireno toyagala kwogera ne gundi oba oli ne gundi bano tobeera nabo. No, like yonna be rounded. Bano bafune.
Ate nze ndabanga bano abali mu destiny bana abagoba kye tuteekwa okuba. Ate bino okufuula close ennyo. Naye ate ffe ba Mr. Vibes tusinga okwekwata. That could be. It could be or it can be or it is. Useless talent. Osobola okuba n'ekintu nga kirungi nnyo nenga mu destiny yo tekiriimu. Twogedde wano kuba lyrics bali betwalabanga mu high school. Naye nawe osobola okubeera yeeyo. Ng'olina ekintu ky'ofokasingako nga abantu bakuwana n'okuwaana oyo alya kilo z'akawunga 5 but that is useless talent. Okitwalawa
kikuyamba
kikugata siwulira akayo batwalayo nga bampaka za kulya
oba ayagala kumenya Guinness Book of Records simanyi
olwo nno gwe n'okyewaniramu towe controlling olowooza kirungi kubanga abantu bakisimba naye tekiri part and parcel of where you are going. Kati bana ab'emikwano twagala kumaliriza kubanga obudde baffe butandise okutambula naye siyinza kukkiriza kuva wano nga tetubuuzizza kibuuzo kino. What should fun and entertainment look like for a Christian young adult? Kubanga twogedde ze njagala okuyita don'ts oba oli awo naye entertainment etunula etya eri ffe abaga nti tuli balokole, tuli baana ba Katonda, tulina amagenda, we children of destiny, tulina gye tulaga. Entertainment efaanana etya bannange? Mwagala neggalire bantu mwenze kyembalabyeko, mwagala neggalire mu kisenge ne Bayibuli, mwagala nteekeko worship music, mwagala munjagaliza ebyo byokka.
Nze nandigambye I wouldn't help the person watching us mugambe do A, B, C and D, but probably I would say tunulako ebintu wano wamanga. The entertainment that you're choosing, if it's dampening your spirit, if it is dampening and quenching you, that kubanga if it's dampening you nene kuzitoya in the place of your closet to pray ngati olaba onywebwa tibogezako okwasendinga okusawe banga tekukiriza, probably your entertainment eyo si yeyo waliwo ekikyamu. That's not the kind of thing you need. You need the kinds of entertainment and things, the kind of fun that allows you that even when you go to that place of fellowship and intimacy with God, that you're still able to rise, that you're still able to commune without having to first hit so many walls. Kubanga I'm sure Pastor Isaac, you know what I'm talking about. That dryness, that heaviness, that place. And me, I know that place too well. Do you get it? So, and I have found many times in my life, it's because of the things that I gave my time to. It might not be, they won't be evil. It's not, they don't have to mean why you're doing this, but there's so many things that bagamba. Ganamaso gano begayingiza n'amatu ne begawulira. Biku okitegera. Maybe
just hate speech.
Even
that. Otudde mu mboozi yotalina kutuulamu. Ne kikwenchinga omwoyo.
Nze ngamba kasika kibanga bw'okibeeramu. Bw'otuuka okusaba. N'owuliranga obukalu n'owulira obuzito. Ate n'owulira ne conviction eyo nti you're in it, but there's a place in your spirit that is not resonating, that is not accepting it easily. Probably. And also the other kinds of thing, maybe you need to consider that the kind of entertainment and fun that you're choosing, it should be time bound. It should be. It should be. Jiteke kaka komo n'ebiseera tugenda gamba kino kibi kino kiri kibi naye kyonna kiteekeko a limit of time, kiteekeko a time frame. Don't be in it. Nebali abagamba that let me say music is they are earning from it. But even that, you're talking about music sawa ina. There are some other portions of your life.
Tukuza abantu abajja wano mu spotlight about talent. What else do you do besides your talent? Oyina yekirala kubanga ne talent yagala backup. Ogenda jiberako yokko giyimirireko n'amalako. That is powerful. Yes, framework eyo ya Christian entertainment. Wali akalala?
Yes, Nandi Gambi also, like the kind of entertainment that you choose and the fun that you choose shouldn't take away from your belief in God.
Don't compromise.
From your faith, yes. If it's something that is going to cause you to start to waver, if it's something that is not within the parameters.
Allow me take you. Aho nyine woli. Mo field ya movies, cinema.
Talk to me, Pastor. No, actually, don't talk to me. Talk to them.
They are movies. That drive you away from the presence.
And do you know, there's I was talking. There's a pastor friend of mine. He's a young pastor, and they were sharing with me that there are certain things they had left, just for the purpose of consecration and guarding jealously. And guarding jealously the gift and the life that God has put in you and His Spirit and all those beautiful things. Nagamba yasanga, and which I've also found very true, that filimu nazita, music ezimu nazita, bino byetulaba, we like being on YouTube, and you're watching all kinds, everybody's a content creator now, and whereas content not all content is bad, all content it's really not edifying you like that. So you can watch something that is fun. It's not for you. Some stuff. I think you're overindulging. meaning time yandibadde y'okusaba time yandibadde kale maybe content obanga CMB naye nga gwe kenyini nawe olemedde okukola batya setting a time and to manage it. So this person, they were telling me that they did that for themselves. They chose.
Where I did something similar is movies that have demonic chanting.
Yes.
What do you feel munga bw'obanga oli sensitive spiritually bwe batandika okukola ebintu bino? There is witchcraft in these movies.
There is.
Firimu zino nnyingi nnyo abavubuka ze muli mu kulaba zirimu eddogo lyennyini. They are fantasizing about these things. Naye bo bali intentional.
Ate nga waliwo n'ezimu nga zipromoting agendas nafe zitakkiririza. Kubanga take for example like I feel like when we were like in high school or like in primary school, firimu ennyingi zitwalaba zaali tezirimu like bisiyaga. Tebyalimu like that. Naye I feel like when we went like to S1, when we started going like to high school, natiko kola bu series pola natiko kuteekamu like
mubuli,
you know, homosexuals in there, a little, and you know what that did is that it got many people to, it literally prohibitable, literally so appalling. Then they got us to a place of acceptance, of no chikirizamu, no nechabanga tichichatiisa nnyo. So mpola ne bakola ate ne bapamiyetinga obubongo bw'abantu ne bw'abaana abato. But also ogambye film ezimu those demonic chants and ebintu bingi kati oyinza okwesanga like let me say those intimate scenes. And some
like okay.
Let me tell you, omwana ogiteekako omwana maaso ku TV.
Naye ffe bwe twali abato nga tuyinza kuteekako firimu ng'omuzadde ali awo. Era omaliriza weeyise oyita n'oyita wano ositukawo. Naye kati omwana agituulako n'agikaliramu. But ebintu byonna bye twali tugamba that they bikunywa, nkola direct translation nti they drink you. Bikunywa. Yes.
They really quench you and they put out the fire. And this being a youth show, we don't want to say that you shouldn't watch movies. We don't want to say that you shouldn't do all these things, but okwawula ebigasa mu bitagasa. So being like it all goes back to you.
Olaba film niggas who I've called them niggas. People who watch horror movies. Horror preaches fear.
Let me tell you, that is fear. Preaching. That is the very epitome of hell and its depth, the darkness.
And you're feeding your spirit. You are feeding your spirit. You are building imaginations. These are things you are building. And your spirit man is recording. This is the direction we are taking. But nanga ku cinema witwagala okusimba kati kubanga era tukomawo ku Saturday ya week ejja eno ye loud it show tukyogerako tuogerera ddala ebintu ebigenda maaso mu bulamu bwo tuba twogedde ekintu kyonna ekikunyiiziza olwaleero tusaba Mukama asaabulule obusungu obwo otegeere omutima mwe twogerera tetuli bamanya abasembayo tuli baganda bo tulowooleza ddala nga bye twogerako wano naawe obirabe eyo gy'oli ate wandibanga ebimu ku bino bimanyi n'okutusinga kye tuba tukusaba obire muganda waffe genda ku YouTube lekayo comment tubuulire ekyolowooza reach out to us twandyagadde okumanya gwobiru entertainment ogiraba otya tutandikire wano wennyini ku cinema next Saturday twagala okuwulizaako otubuulire oyina experience ya movie gye wali olabyeko n'owulira nga something is happening in your spirit waliwo deposit ya firimu eyo firimu ya depositing ekintu mu mwoyo gwo n'owulira nga you are losing your peace, you are losing your sense of tubuulireko twandyagadde okusoma ebintu byo ku Saturday wano bwe tukomawo share with us bw'oba oyina enamba zaffe nga bwe tubadde wano olwaleero sharing experience ya cinema mu nsi ya movie eyo kati omulaba atambulirayo nnyo ate mmanyi nti obiraba oba oli awo n'okusinga ffe bwe tubiraba. Till next Saturday, we want to say a huge thank you and a huge goodbye.
DreamTV.